What's going on, guys? It's SideQuest64, and we're in Mexico, and I got some Mexican beer here, and I'm gonna just be enjoying one while I talk to you guys since I've been gone for 2 months. Cheers! It's been 2 months. 2 months since my last video. My last video, I talked about Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Uh, I didn't end up finishing that game. I did end up picking up Xenoblade Chronicles One Definitive Edition, and I put some pretty good hours into it. I'm probably like a good 40 or 50 hours in, so I know I'm almost done. But shortly after I had posted that video, the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal had dropped, and I went over to a friend's house, and we were super excited. I went over. It was like he picked me up at like 6:30 in the morning. Um, and we went and we watched the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2, and we were super excited. And I was still very excited for the console and stuff. And then throughout the day, news started coming out that the pricing was going to be like 450 and $500 bundles. The games were going to be card key games. Just the whole things with the tariffs. The games were not going to be, they were going to be physical, but they were going to be digital. And then yeah, I kind of started to lose interest in that because that's not, I mean, the Switch 2 is definitely, I think that as a console itself is definitely what I wanted from the second iteration of the Switch. But I don't really like the digital aspect of the games. So it kind of just flew under my radar, and I kind of just gave up on it. I'm not too interested in it. The thing is, though, is I can't justify the $80 or the $70 or the $90 or whatever price point that it is if it's not actually on the cart. If it's a physical cart and the game is actually on there day one, you don't need to download anything. You don't need a key for it. Then I definitely support that. But as far as things go right now, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of support from third party developers getting that support on the Nintendo Switch 2, and you're mostly seeing actual games on physical game carts from Nintendo's first party developers. And that's cool. I mean, I get it, but at the same time too, it's like I'm not really big on Mario Kart World. That's not a big seller. The Donkey Kong Bonanza game that definitely caught my interest, but that's only going to hold me over so long. And again, the whole point of this channel was to collect physical copies, right? To go physical and lean less on digital. Like get up, walk around, let the blood flow. Because I don't have anybody to talk to. I like to talk to myself most of the time, you know? Yeah, bro. So I picked up this Mexican guy. He's not on camera, but I picked him up on the streets, or he picked me up. However you want to spin that tell. The Switch 2, essentially the 2 months that we were waiting for the Switch 2 to come out, I just didn't have it in me to make a video. I saw there was so much, even to right now that I'm making this video right now, I'm just there was so much traffic with the Switch 2, multiple YouTubers covering basically the same information. I got burnt out. I think after a week of indulging in the Switch 2 topic for YouTube, I just kind of stopped watching it. I stopped watching it, and I started playing fewer games. I was playing fewer games during those 2 months, and I just kind of I told myself like I wasn't gonna make a video on it until I had sat on how I felt and what I thought and got my ideas and thoughts together. And also too, I didn't want to be necessarily feeding into that Switch 2 hype where, I'm talking literally you can go to the website and read the specs and all the bullshit that's happening with it. And then, there's this guy doing it, this guy doing it, this guy doing it, this guy doing it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel that that's what I wanted to do. And I feel like a lot of people's attention was gravitating more towards that I kind of just sat back and let the whole thing burn out. So here I am. What is it? June 5th. The Switch 2 has officially released. Now, behind me in a box, I have something, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. Me and the homie did go to Nintendo San Francisco today. That's where we're at, and we picked up Nintendo San Francisco T-shirts. There's the proof. That's all we picked up. If you thought we picked up Switch 2s, we did it. I didn't pre-order a Switch 2. I'm probably not gonna get one. Now the homie Sneak Club, who's off camera, he did pre-order one. He did pick it up already. He hasn't opened it, but I mean that's besides the point. I'm just gonna let things wait it out. Again, if you want Switch 2 news and all that, I'm not the guy that's doing that. I'm actually here to talk about games. So I am here in Mexico, attending Mexico's Southern Retro Gaming, California. Um, and yeah, that's tomorrow. So that's from 1 to 8, and I'm excited because there's it's gonna be a bunch of games. I'm gonna have the opportunity to pick up a bunch of games that I haven't had, and so I started looking at the Nintendo 3DS and the Vita because I do have a 3DS and a Vita, but I don't have any games for it. I mean, I have a couple games. I have like East Origin, but I have like 8 copies of that on like the PS4. I have like 2 copies on the Nintendo Switch, 2 copies on the Nintendo Switch, 1 copy on the PlayStation Vita, and 1 copy on the PS4. But also I have a digital. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I don't have any games. I don't have any games on the Vita. So I started looking at games like Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth and Agilos. I've really fallen in love with that kind of genre, that Metroidvania platformer, action platformer genre, and so I'm looking for games that can I can play on the 3DS or the Vita. One game in particular that I'm looking for the Vita is Shinobito Revenge of Zen. I don't know if it's Shinobito 2. Shinobito something. Shinobito something, the Revenge of Zen or Revenge of Zen. So yeah, the reason why I want to find a copy of Shinobito is because I'm not good at Sekiro. And if you've ever played Sekiro, you know it's a bit different compared to the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne. Definitely has its kinks with it. And I want to play a ninja game. I want to do like the whole grappling thing and the assassinating people and just kind of filling in that role of a ninja, but without getting my ass kicked constantly. Because every now and then I will go back to Sekiro and I'll be like, I can do this, I can do it, and I can kind of do it, and then I remember that um, you can get killed in like 2 hits. So you get hit once, you kind of have one more hit, and then you get hit a second time, and it's kind of just it's done from there. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not gonna say that it's a bad game because it's not a bad game. I think it's a great game. I don't have the time to invest in being super badass. Like no lifing it and just filling out my fantasy of being a ninja. So obviously I've gone with I've gone with the easier pick, the easier title of Shinobito: The Revenge of Zen. I want to say Shinobito too, but I'm not gonna say. I'm not even gonna look it up. And on the 3DS, I did look up some games for like that fit kind of the puzzle, or not puzzle, the action Metroidvania platformer. And there's nothing. There's really nothing that caught my attention. So I'm a little bit worried. The game that I do want to pick up for sure on the 3DS is the Snake Eater, the 3DS collection, the 3DS edition, the version of it. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on the 3DS or something like that, or Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D. So those are really the only 2 games that I'm going after, and I do have to be cautious with my spending because over these past 2 months, I've kind of just been burnt out of work, and I left my job last Friday. So I'm technically unemployed. So I've designated myself to. I mean, I have money saved up and for the trip, but obviously leaving your job kind of without having anything to jump ship to. isn't always the smartest idea. So I do have to kind of be careful with the money that I spend tomorrow or this weekend on games and stuff. So I have allocated myself to about $150 to spend on games, and I'm gonna try to make it interesting. I'm gonna try to make it fun and frugal for myself, so that way I don't feel like, oh well, I'm just gonna spend $80 on this copy of fucking whatever game that it is, fucking Tactics Ogre or some bullshit like that. So I'm gonna try to be frugal with the 150 that I've allocated to picking up games, and I'm gonna try to get the best deals and the most out of that $150 for tomorrow, and I guess Saturday as well. That being said, going over the list of the 3DS and the PlayStation Vita, there's not really there aren't really that many good games, or there's not a selection for the 3DS. I don't know. I mean, there's like Ace Combat, Cross Rumble, or 3D Rumble. It's all the fucking 3DS versions of games that they made that I'm basically after. But there's like the Mario. Like I know Mario's technically a platformer, but I'm not. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I played like the original Mario. I played the original Mario on like the SNES or the NES or whatever. Like when I was like 8 or 9. I couldn't get into it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just it's a game that I don't particularly enjoy. If I can find a copy of Luigi's Mansion, that'd be cool. But I'm thinking that a lot of the titles on those two systems are a little niche and out of my taste, my palate. So really, I'm looking more on bulk buying like PS2 games and Nintendo Switch 1 games. And because this is our first time coming to Southern Mexico, California Gaming Festival in Mexico, um, I'm interested. I'm curious to see how it plays out because we did say that there's a possibility that we didn't know what we were gonna get into. It seems like I mean, there's plenty of content on YouTube, but it seems like it's a lot of the big dogs. A lot of the big dogs here, kind of, who really come. Like I was watching a video. One of the dudes spent like 1,500 on games, like at one spot, and he was like, "Yeah, like write it off." You see the job that guy has. I don't know what job he has. What kind of jobs do you guys have? Like if you're collecting, what kind of job or career, like what path did you follow in life that you can drop like 1,500 on video games at a booth, because I'm interested. I'm curious because if that's what you can do with what you're doing, then I also want to do that too. Um so yeah, we're gonna try to make the best out of it tomorrow. It starts at 1. So we have the whole morning to kind of get things together and go have breakfast and see what's around here. We thought we were going to be closer to the ocean, but we're not. It's north. When I look at the maps, it's on top of LA. It's north of LA, or east north of LA. So yeah, we were kind of planning going to the ocean, but it's passing through the traffic in LA around this time or throughout any time of the day is like ridiculous. So we're just gonna save that when we go to San Diego, Mexico. Um, and yeah, so I'll be posting a video tomorrow. The fucking ambulances. So yeah, I'll be posting a video again tomorrow, probably around the same time or around the nighttime or something. And wish me luck. And if any of you guys are here in the Southern Mexico Gaming Expo in Pasadena, Mexico, California, um, hit me up. Shoot me a message. I think some of you guys have added me on the Switch. I wish the Switch. I'll talk about the Switch at a later, the Switch 2 at another time. But I wish you could message people on the Switch because I know a few of you guys have added me, and I see that you guys are online playing, and some of you guys are playing games I've never heard of, and I've looked into it. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But it's cool, dude. Leave a comment, please. Comment, and have a conversation with me. I'm always pretty open with you guys. So if you guys are here tomorrow and you guys see the fucking hat and you guys know it's me, come say what's up, come say hi, come grab a beer. And again, if you guys know what this says, leave it in the comment section below, and we'll go have a couple of beers tomorrow or something. If you're 21, I think the drinking age in Mexico is 18, so you're good. I'm kidding. It's 21. But yeah, side quest out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, real quick. So, God, so much shit has happened in these past 2 months. So, long story short, I used to make music. I still kind of do make music. I got roped into a contract thing, and I ended up spending money on it that I wasn't planning on spending. So my record label's back up, and if you guys are interested in checking that out, I have. I think it comes out tomorrow. It comes out tonight. Does it come out tonight? I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I think it comes out tonight. I think it comes out tonight. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and you guys can check out my music. I'll put a little clip of essentially what I'm putting out, and I'm gonna start putting music out again. So if you guys want to support that, you guys want to check it out, and you guys like the music, go ahead and check that out. I'll have that for you guys. I would appreciate it because it'll put that $150 that I didn't want to spend and ultimately settled on just reviving my record label and my artist, my Spotify account. If I can make some money back on that, that'd be cool. So check it out, guys. Again, thank you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.